Okay, the Seven of Swords from the Rider-Waite deck, and I have to be honest and say I love this card. I know that yes, on occasions it can mean that somebody's going to steal something for you. It can mean make sure you lock your car. It can mean that people are talking about you behind your back, slandering. It can mean all of those things. But the good news that this card has to say, the best this card has to say, comes from the story that I see in the picture. So here we have a guy and he's nicking 5 swords. He's stealing 5 swords, but he's leaving 2 behind, okay? And in the background we have what I can but presume is an army encampment. These look like the sort of tents that an army in the medieval days would have. And you have this very strange scene here, which appears to be people, an army. And I always envisage that grey cloud that seems to be behind them. It's almost indicating that they're moving fast, like the dust from horses. I don't know whether this is what the card is meant to portray. It's what I see in the card. So here's my story. There's going to be a massive battle. It's a medieval battle, you know the kind, with knights in armour and horses and cavalry and spears, and there will be death and it will be brutal and loved ones will die. So this guy is nicking all of the swords and just leaving 2 behind. So now the 2 captains will have to duel, and one of them will die and one will win, and the argument will be solved on the death of one man instead of the death of thousands. It's a story, you know. I know he hasn't got thousands of swords. So that's what I see. I see this as blue sky thinking, original thinking, thinking outside of the box. There is an edge of the daring there. There's an edge of the, ooh, can I get away with it there? His bright red boots, his bright red hat, the way he's looking over his shoulder and he's not looking where he's going. That trickster, passionate energy. Definitely he could get too carried away. Definitely he could be so full of glee at his own wonderful idea that he falls flat on his arse and is caught out. This reminds me of when I was at college and one of my lecturers was really useless and just read from the book every lecture, and I checked the course notes and it said clearly that to pass the course you needed to write an essay and get a certain mark. It said nothing about her attending the lectures, so I didn't go to any more lectures. I lay in that morning and I wrote my essay and I passed. People didn't like it though. People thought I was breaking some sort of code or boundaries. And realistically, there could have been information given in the lessons that I missed. I was lucky. I got away with it. So this to me is be original. Think outside of the box. Trust your luck. If this was partnered with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Fool, the Eight of Wands, I might be thinking you just need to be a little bit more careful. If it was partnered with some of the more solid pentacles, perhaps the Knight of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, those are the sorts of cards that are telling me to plan carefully, watch out, be careful. But by itself, I love this card. I love the bright yellow. I love the jaunty nature of his hat. Reminds me a little bit of the Nine of Cups, a little bit of, oh, I think you can just get away with this.